and definitely we'll start up from the home front where so much is happening. As always, they say charity begins at home. Introduce the guys first. Maiwa, James definitely first. Great to have you join us again on Locker Room.
A very good evening to you, Jerry, and also to our viewers. Good evening. Another beautiful evening to talk football. Another evening packed up with a lot of activities tonight. We see the return of EFL Cup after the last week game with Manchester United, and now we see the likes of Chelsea, Man City return to take the stage. And also we still have games like the Atalanta match that was postponed yesterday up to today. We want to see how Lukman is going to do in that particular one. Also Como, who just got promoted to the league, and also see how Fabregas and the team are able to manage themselves with the likes of Varane, who is currently out injured. It's a beautiful evening to talk football. We're going to see a lot of ones going on into this show.
All right, and of course, Maiwa, it's great to have you once more on the show. So much to talk about the exciting world of football.
It's always amazing to be here. I mean, today you look like a pastor. Probably maybe you are trying to preach.
He's trying to pray so that his team does not lose tomorrow.
Oh my. You have to make that one in. All right.
But in any case, it's always fantastic to be here. A whole lot of football to talk about. There is Man City, the first game after the injury to Rodri. Everybody's looking ahead to see what Man City will be able to do. Unfortunately, dinner is already ready, so probably I will not be found wanting when it comes to dinner. But in any case, like I always say,
there's tomorrow. There's breakfast. There's still another dinner that will come.
Anyway, you say that I look like a pastor. I say, thank God I'm not wearing reflective jackets.
Let's leave it at that.
I don't really like jacket. I will not say some very interesting words, but let's not be choosing. Let's go there. Let's go into the conversation. That's former coach of the senior national team of Nigeria, talking about Siasia, says Fulham midfielder Alex Iwobi shouldn't be handed the number 10 role of the Nigerian team. Siasia recently returned from a ban from football placed on him by World Football Governing Body FIFA on allegations of match fixing, gave the opinion while speaking on the evolution of the team. He said the country still lacks a playmaker in the mode of Iwobi's uncle, talking about Austin Okocha, but he believes that Iwobi does not have what it takes to step into that shoe. Definitely, we know that has been a problem. He even said something about Mikel, that Mikel failed to fill that role, but he tried his best, but definitely he's not JJ Okocha. Of course, we've made this submission at some point in time that players like Okocha only comes once in a while. And there are players like Maradona, players like Pele, they are just one generation. Is Ronaldinho, but something close. We've not, and most teams have understood that, and they don't want to have this to waste their time looking for a playmaker like those kind of players. From the submission of talking about Samson Siasia, definitely is an opinion that is well known by everybody.
Yeah, I think in previous episodes we've spoken about how it has been difficult for us to get a creative midfielder in the team. That when you look at this particular Super Eagles side, I think we are practically okay in every position except for the creative midfielder, and we listed a lot of options that day. We even got to a point where we were even thinking of maybe playing a Chukwueze in that position, but we said it's too stingy to play the ball, to play that role. And also we had the likes of Ademola Lookman mentioned his name was mentioned. And also after this, we were able to make some research and go to the likes of Ejuke, who is currently in the Sevilla side, who just made a move to the side, and they are still trying to adjust to the life in Spain. But considering the fact of what Siasia said, I think he is 100% spot on. I think he barely plays the number 10 role even in the club side at this point. Because let's not forget they were in the transfer market this season and they're able to get a Smith Rowe from the Arsenal side, who has been incredible for them. I think he has had about 4 or 5 goals involvement in the space of 5 games already. And then let's not forget in the previous season, in last season, they also had the likes of Pereira, who was also there to fill in for that position. So he barely plays at the number 10 for the Fulham side. He plays the box-to-box mostly, and it's a midfielder that can get you the run-ins and make the runs and add the speed to the team. But for the creative aspect of him, I think it's something that is lacking, and I don't think he's fit enough to play the number 10 role also in the Super Eagles side. Yes, he can play alongside the likes of Ndidi. Whoever is choosing defensive midfielder for the day, fine. He can play alongside. But when it's supposed to be the creative midfielder, I don't think he will be offering a lot going forward. So yeah, I think the Super Eagles should be in search for a creative midfielder if they are not ready to give the likes of AGK a chance. And also we also made mention of Gift Urban also. We made mention of Gift Urban of what he has been doing, what he has done in the past from Gent to also now in Lyon, doing very well in yeah. I think Siasia, the band that was not able to talk about football for how many years now that he's free.
He has opened his chest.
He has opened his chest now. He's letting everything out. And for the fact of JJ Okocha, the way he said Alex Obi cannot, Mikel Obi couldn't step up to the. Definitely, we know the names are big names, definitely, but they have their own area of specialty. JJ Okocha was one of the top, one of the best exports we have ever released from Nigeria. And when you look at what Mikel also was able to do in the world stages, just not just in Nigerian football, but also in the club side, I think he deserves his own respect. But you cannot put two of them in the same conversation. But at this point, with the way things are going, do you think even if we have an Okocha or somebody that is as good as Okocha now, do you think we can discover him in Nigeria? That's one thing we have to talk about, because we have in previous occasions we have spoken about our age grade football, what is going on in our age grade teams, no competition. Our under 23, the Flying Eagles according to have a coach. Have they gotten a coach? I don't think they have. So when you look at those people, those are the stages.
I think the Wiki Tourist, former Wiki Tourist coach, has been made the Flying.
When you look at this, those are the stages that these people will pass. The JJ Okochas, the Kanu Wanko will pass before they will get to the Super Eagles. Now we are hell bent on making it in Europe, and we'll go and convince them to come and play in Nigeria. I think we have a one going on currently. The Monaco midfielder. I'm trying to remember his name. Is it Akpom something? I know there are reports that Eguavoen and the technical directors, the committee are trying to convince him to come and represent Nigeria. That and many others. I've heard that in the past. What's wrong with us developing our own players from the youth stage? They move from the under 17 to under 23. They make it, and we can integrate them into the national team. We wait for other people, other countries to develop the players in their own age grade team. And when they are doing very well, you will now go and try to convince them to come and play for Nigeria. I think that's one habit we should try to cut off. Yes, Siasia is speaking the truth, but as it stands, can we get a JJ Okocha from this system that we have in Nigeria now?
All right, and of course, I would like Maiwa to react to that. The issue of a playmaker role in the team. Alex Iwobi has been zeroed out of contention by Samson Siasia. What's your take?
Well, I think Samson Siasia is spot on. I mean, we've said consistently on this particular show that we lack the creativity in the midfield. And, putting the weight of the creative midfield on Iwobi, I think is too much for him to undo. I don't think he has the capability to be able to do it. We've also established that, players like that, they come once in a while. The Chavis, the Iniestas, the JJ Okocha, the Maradonas, and the rest of that. They come once in a while. It's not often that you see those kind of players. However, it's a big slap on our face that in the last, Okocha retired after the 2004 Nations Cup, if I'm not wrong, after 2004 Nations Cup, and 20 years on, we are yet to find a replacement for him. It shows how bad we have been in terms of our age grade competition. I mean, we should have been able to do something fantastic with our age grade. Practically, our age grade is dead, and what we rely on is, and like James rightly said, they will groom them in Europe and will now start begging them to come and play for Nigeria, which has not been the best. When was the last time we produced anybody from the under 17 or the under 20 or even the under 23? It's been a very, very long time, and that's the reason why we've not been able to do that. And it's not only, it's not even only Okocha alone. There's a particular Sunday only say who has not been able to get we have not been able to get a like for like replacement for and only say it's just more of we are trying to make shift in that particular position. So for us to be able to resolve this issue, we need to go back to the grassroots. We cannot continue to rely on players that are groomed about, and even the current players that we have now. I've seen majority of them play, and to be honest with you, I don't think they have the capability to be able to take over that particular position in terms of how creative they will be.
Right.
They can try, but they can't do it. To be honest with you.
All right, because as sports guys, we're given the responsibility of trying as much as possible to look for options. But how many attacking midfielders do we have currently that can even fit into the Super Eagles role? We've seen other players being tried most recently. We saw Tom Dele Bashiru. fantastic player. I think he should be given more time,
I think
more
he
encouragement.
deserves that. I think he just made his move to this Italian side. Is it Lazio also? He made the move to Lazio and he has been doing very well. Not very well. We're still trying to adjust, but I think he deserves time. And when you watch the games, I think he took part in the second. It was okay. He gave a good account of himself. And I think he played under Finidi as a point and
scored a goal.
Yes. So I think yes, Idili Bashiru, he deserves time. I think he's someone that can step into that position and feeling. But we need competition. We need the kind of competition that we have both in forward and in the goalkeeping section, also in the midfield. We also have in the midfield, in the creative part of the midfield is one part that is lacking. So I think we need options so that he knows that his starting position is not guaranteed. Once you have that kind of fire burning behind you, you want to give your 110% everywhere you are, both in club side on match day when you are representing the Super Eagles. So I think that is one thing we need to instill in the boys. Getting the Dele Bashiru, fine. He's young. He's still trying to get his way around the Eagles and also playing club football. But I think it's one option we have currently, and we still need to recruit more, gather more ideas. I'm still surprised why Gift Urban has not been given a chance to represent the Super Eagles at this point. Let's not forget, for the past 2-3 years, he has been doing very no, for the past two years, let me say 2 years, he has been doing very well for his club side before making the move to Lyon, and also he did well last season. So I'm still surprised why he has not gotten a call up when we still have players that have not even been able to get match start for over how many months in their club side, and they still get to represent the Super Eagles. I think there's a big question to be asked. There are questions that will need to be asked from whoever is inviting these players, the NFF or the technical community or whoever. At this point, you cannot just keep on rotating the options of people that will know cannot give us anything going forward. There are players at this point. There are some players that you need to drop off the Super Eagles. Yes, they have done their best, but you need to drop them off. Let the new talents come. Let them integrate into the team. Let them get familiar. Even if they're not getting game time, let them get familiar with the way this team, what is expected of them, so that when they retire, when they come of age to leave the Super Eagles, they have an idea of what they are stepping into. Not that you play them until, and you keep on inviting the people that you don't even need to invite. You keep on inviting them, and when it's time, all of a sudden they are going to retire at the same time, and now bringing fresh faces into this team. It's going to take a time for these people adjust into the system. So I just feel at this point some players deserve to be called up. Ejuke, Gift Urban, Dele Bashiru is already getting in the call up already.
Kelechi should also be given an option.
These are players I feel should be getting into the system. At this point, they are not even fighting for game time. Let them be in the system. Let them see what others are doing. Let them learn from their OGs, people that have been doing it for a while before they leave.
All right, let's still talk about Nigerian football, where the NFF, Nigerian Football Federation, is set to review and reduce the bonuses and allowances of backroom staff for the Super Eagles and other national teams. And a committee comprising prominent NFF executive committee members met last week to examine the compensation packages for these staff members. The move is part of the Federation's cost-cutting measures, despite previously abolishing the position of team coordinator to save costs and then reinstating it. The committee aims to reorganize the support staff for the national teams, with some sources suggesting that some staff have overstayed their welcome. Notably, the NFF is still owed outstanding bonuses and allowances dating back to 2021, with the Flying Eagles and Golden Eaglet also yet to receive payment despite government funds. Questions, Myron?
Well, the thing is, it's so funny. When I saw the news earlier today, I smiled to myself and asked a simple question. If you are bringing in austerity measure, I think you should start from the top, not from the bottom. That's how austerity measure starts. You don't start from the bottom who are any way less than you on top. You should start from the top. What has happened to the emoluments and extra codes of the NFF? What are they doing about it? Why are they not cutting, what those people get? Why are they focusing on the backroom staff? That's number one. Number two, another important question is this: the money released for the under 20, under 17, and all those people that are being owed, for them to clear the backlog. What has happened to it? They've released this money about 9 months ago. What's happening to the money? And another question is this: why is the EFCC and the ICPC not involved in this matter? Why would the government release money for over 9 months and we are still talking about people being owed money at the moment? I've said it over and over again. The NFF needs a proper, the NFF needs to be accountable. There is a need for them to begin to generate report of how money is being spent. That's number one. Number two, if you are looking at cutting the pay of the backroom staff and just of that, the NFF should come out and also tell us how many percentage of their own staff code, how many percentage of their own entitlement are they going to cut. Because the thing is this, they rather let the backroom staff go. And to be honest with you, the backroom staff, they are very, very important. Most of the time, we only see the players come out and play. The kit man, the grass man, and all those people at the back room, they are the ones that put the players together to bring out the performance that we are seeing. They even support the coach, and just so that they ensure that things are in place, the players are not stressed, and that's the reason why you can get the best out of the players. How come is those people that they are targeting? They are not targeting their own purse. This is the hypocrisy that sometimes annoy me when we talk about Nigerian football and just of that. If they want to attack the pay of the backroom staff, I think you start from the top and not people at the bottom, to be honest with you.
All right, still talking about the Super Eagles, where Libya.
Before you leave, this is the same NFF that you are saying they should go and carry Averena, they should go and carry Patrick Vieira. Their backroom staff, people that are working with them, their fellow Nigerians are being owed. This from the what you are saying is not something of a month or 2 months. This was before the AFCON, and so this is something of last year. They are being owed till now. We are in September.
James.
Yeah.
James. Maybe Jerry will help us talk to Vieira. It was Jerry that was talking about Vieira.
Yes, he was saying it. He was saying it yesterday, and it was like Vieira is seeing no.
Please tell Vieira what is going on. They are about to cut the pay of backroom staff. He should not come or else he will go and bang around.
If they can pay, that is why I said if the sponsors want not to be enmeshed in any scandal, immediately you are employing Vieira. I will call Vieira. Give me your account number. Your backroom staff, give me their account number. NFF, anytime I pay it, I will send the receipt to you as backup. Because once the money goes through the NFF account,
when you look at all these things we are mentioning, we are seeing we don't know the full details, but at least we are getting a picture of what it looks like, and we are seeing all this drama playing out. We are seeing our own backroom staffs that have been working with these people. They are being owed salary, and if we go back to
2021,
just look at it. We are there. 2021. We're in 2024. 3 years. 2024. We are about 4 months. We are about 4 months or 5 months out,
and there's no plan to pay them. And yet, they heard that the money was released. The funds was released. It was not that the NFF owns that money.
Let's not forget,
it was released from taxpayers.
We are not even talking about those ones. Okay. Let's even leave the taxpayers' money out of it. Since 2021, we have gotten allocations from FIFA and CAF. Okay. How many times? I think this year we got allocations. We still got bonus from
entry the finals
of the Nations Cup. What happened to all those money? Is it that the money that we are owing them,
they flew like butterflies into the pocket of
at this point, we have to look at it from this angle. If we cannot answer our own backroom staffs in 2021, they cannot come out to shout, obviously, because we know how it is in the country. You talk too much, you lose your job. We saw one that played out this evening. We were talking about it before we came on air. They still need to feed their family. They still need to tell them when they have a job. They talk too much, they go out. The foreign coaches that we have been able to get, Randy Waldrum and also Pesero, let's not forget how they came out to the media to talk about them not being paid. Those ones, they know that Nigerian NFF cannot hold them to ransom. You say that you pay them the money and tell them they're not doing it again, they cannot continue, and they get another option somewhere else.
Sure.
But when you look at our own fellow backroom staff, our Nigerians that are there, basically they're Nigerians. They cannot come out and do the same. Where are they going to? They're still in Nigeria.
Why is it common here? Because
it's not like they have not gotten the money.
Maybe because we talk.
It's not like they have not gotten the money. They have gotten the money.
I want to know, does this happen in Benin Republic or Ghana, where the government will release money to pay something and somebody will have the boldness to siphon that money and he will still be running that same organization and nobody will ask him questions. The thing will be swept on the carpet. it will be released in the media. Everybody will hear about it. Till now, nobody will even ask questions, and those guys will boldly be walking on the streets. Why?
Jerry, the answer is very simple, and I will not mention any name. He's a very popular politician, and he's an ex-governor. EFCC have not been able to find him for more than how many months now?
And he's in the country. He's in the country. He didn't leave Nigeria.
And he's releasing press release every day. Doing video on social media inside his Benz, chilling.
Yeah. There are some particular people, they put up placard and their bail is 10 million naira.
Yeah.
If you do the math, you already know exactly what the situation is. We have politicians in running football in Nigeria, and because of their connection and because of they know somebody that knows somebody and knows one oga at the top, nobody can touch them, and that's the situation of things. And that's the reason why federal government released money since 9 months ago, and people are still being owed for their sweat for the past 3 years. They have not been paid, and if they say anything, one oga will be angry and place them out of their job because they know that nobody can do anything to them, and that's the kind of system we have found ourselves. We need to really overhaul our system because we cannot continue to run our system like this, and we expect a different result, to be honest with you.
All right, talking about people who know what they are doing, talking about the Libyan FA. Libya is even not organized at the moment. And,
but they are better.
But they are better.
Yeah, they are better.
Because even their fuel is cheaper than our own. They have refineries that are working.
That we also have.
We just managed to have one.
Our own is not working.
That is half working. That's the government is telling us cock and bull story. But anyway, they've also found a way to get a coach. Immediately after one left,
they were able to replace.
Before October, they've already replaced him.
I told you.
They have appointed Nasser Al-Hadri as their new coach ahead of the AFCON qualifiers against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And Al-Hadri was previously served as an assistant to Yahweh Clemente, who coached Libya in 2014. And he takes over from Micho, a Serbian coach who was sacked after Libya's disappointing start to the qualifiers, which saw them draw 1-1 with Tunisia and lose 2-1 to Benin. I hope he will not be the coach who did not learn anything and say there's no need formula to win and play the Super Eagles and say, if you play the Super Eagles without formula, you go collect.
I think at this point, the Super Eagles should be prepared for that game because we know how it works. A new coach that is coming into a system is coming to prove doubters wrong. That's one thing we know for sure. So at this point, he's coming now, he's taking over the job. It's either it works for him or it doesn't work for him. And funny how we discussed this thing. When we saw the news that Libya sacked their coach and we are supposed to play them in, next month, I thought these people will get coach before us and they have appointed somebody. We are still searching. We are still going to...
we have Eguavoen. Calm down. Eguavoen
interim.
Eguavoen will trust.
Interim. Mention the interim.
There's a song in Igbo like this that goes like this. He said, Eguavoen we are going to follow. Whether it's going wrong or right, we have no choice. We have to go. So that is the song. It's a political song. We have no choice.
This song is only that you will sing that song. If it goes wrong,
who will you follow? Who are you going to follow to October when you are playing Libya?
The thing is, in this October that we're expecting, that we're waiting for, if it goes wrong for Eguavoen, just watch. Just watch what this NFF and what Nigerians will do. Don't forget all those. We don't have long-term memory when it comes to all this one.
It would have gone wrong and we have nothing. We can't repair it. We lost to Benin Republic. Can we go back and change the result? Is that something?
Forget. Nigerians will forget that thing. Nigerians will forget that we won Benin Republic and we got the point.
No, I'm talking about Finidi.
Okay.
When Finidi did this wrong, can we go back and repair it? We can't repair it. The World Cup qualifier is already there. We can only go forward with what we have. We want to have been able to go through as far as Finidi is concerned. So it's a new chapter. So we are going with Eguavoen, right or wrong. In October, we are playing Libya. Mayowa.
Well, I have a popular song to recommend for the NFF. Since we are singing, there's a particular song written by OJB Jezreel. I'm the one who is searching. The very popular song. Maybe the NFF should put it on repeat. And this is what we are talking about. This is a federation that is very serious with football. I mean, they fired their coach, and in less than 2 weeks, they already have a coach that is already ready to tinker their team. Our own, we are still searching after 9 months. I mean, look at the difference. This shows how they have taken their football. The football for them is priority. But our own, we are still dilly-dallying. We don't even know who we are going to appoint. Yesterday, we were talking about Vieira having interest. Nobody's chasing that down. There was the Bruno Labbadia and the rest of that. And just this shows how serious they are. I mean, and how prepared the people running football in that country. This is how serious they take football. Our own, after 9 months, we are still dragging, we are still discussing the issue of appointing a coach. This is another way to show the NFF how incompetent they are. I mean, Libya did not put the appointment, Libya did not put the application of their head coach on the internet for everybody to apply. They did not do that. They knew how serious the Nations Cup qualifier is. They knew how serious they had to get their team ready for them to be able to prepare and probably see if they can salvage anything from that qualification. They quickly appointed a coach that is already putting plans in place to face Nigeria. And like James rightly said, if we don't take time, they might just shock us like Benin Republic did the last time we went to Benin Republic. If we don't take time, because this is a new coach, he wants to prove a point. Remember the appointment of Faye, or was this Cote d'Ivoire guy? The team was performing badly. He came in and practically won the tournament. So this coach might want to prove a point and see if he can be able to get the qualifiers. So, I mean, it shows how important they are taking their football. And compared to Nigeria, I mean, we already know the answer. The NFF is incompetent, and yet we are still talking about a coach at the moment.
Funny how
incompetent and clueless.
Funny how the football brand of the Super Eagles is much bigger than what Libya presents. When you look at this Super Eagles side, look at the talents.
It's just like,
and look at who is supposed to take their football more serious. When you look at from a layman thinking, when you see what we have in the Super Eagles and you compare it to what the Libyan national team has, who is supposed to take the football more serious?
Comparing Brazil and the Trinidad and Tobago.
I mean,
Trinidad and Tobago, because
I'm not even comparing. I'm trying to just put the picture out there. And when you see who is supposed to take his football more serious, when you see that you have this talent in the Super Eagles, little job.
They have working refineries now. They have working refineries.
Leave
they are buying fuel cheap. So things are not as hard as it is.
Well, Jerry, we find ourselves in a country where a particular brand that's attached to the government has become the sole supplier of a private refinery. So if we have that kind of situation in Nigeria, what do you expect? I mean, what do you expect?
If they explain Nigeria for you and you understand, that means they are not explaining the real Nigeria to you. So that is how bad it is. It's like a movie that doesn't have script. Everybody just going and just reacting any road they see. That's how
practically is like in every sector. You hear the sport and you think it's the worst. When you go to another part of the country, when you go to another sector of the country and you listen to the gist going on there, you be like, sport even get up. When you go to that, you know that one is even worse. But at this point, we just focus on sport, and it's sad. It's sad we are still battling.
Is it in a country where a cat will be asked to guide a fish? Or a cat will be asked to protect a fish?
Or a dog will be asked to protect meat?
I don't understand. What will be the fate of the fish or the meat in that case? Yeah. So it is well. Anyway, let's go over to still more stories. This is an interesting one where Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, has expressed regret over not purchasing Premier League club side Arsenal when he had the opportunity to do so for $2 billion. And of course, Dangote is a long-time fan. He has also said that he will remain a number one fan of Arsenal. And of course, you know what that means. I think some people even criticized him. Why should he go and buy Arsenal when there are a lot of MPFL clubs languishing? And if you guys buy his fuel and of course you are sincere with him in the refinery, maybe he'll become the title sponsor of the MPFL because he will have a lot of money to throw around.
Well, you know this thing. When you sit down, I don't think a Nigerian will want to invest in his home, and a Nigerian will choose to invest in a foreign land over his own. I'm sure if you go through the stories, you will have made attempts, and the NPFL and the whole politics going on is one thing that is scaring him off to want to go and put his money in something that you don't know where it's going to end. If he goes to buy Arsenal, he knows by the ticket revenue he's going to get in a season alone, he knows what he's going to get. But when you're coming to invest
in worth more than $2 billion
at this point, when you want to invest in the a club in the NPFL, do you know how many games you're going to get? How much you're going to get?
The risk involved.
So I think it's just branding.
If I ever tried it, of blessed memory, and we all know what happened. I think at the point they foreclosed the club and move on to other
There are a lot of things going on in the MPFL, and I don't think anybody should even doubt anybody. They are being blamed.
No, he's working for Remo Stars now. I think even Ikorodu
FC
is working for them too. What they are doing, it is now an academy for them to sell players.
At this point, I think if anybody, if he's coming to do it, he should be ready to lose a large amount of money. Some amount of money.
No, he will not be going. Dangote will know. He will not go into it for losing sake. He will go into buying.
It's a long term.
I think buying the whole league will make a whole lot of sense. Yes, everybody will compete and
at that point, he has practically bought the country.
Yeah.
He has
he will create feeders team.
He has refinery.
No, if I were him, I would buy the league,
football
make it viable, and start using it as feeders team to sell to Arsenal and other clubs that are interested in buying players. And of course, exporting them and making money. And
let's not forget the amount of Nigerian players that left our league, this transfer market alone, to different parts of the country. Probably a part of the world.
I think this is where the billionaires should listen. They should start looking at the league as a viable.
Yes, there were a lot of players that made it out of the league, both male and female. They were able to. I think the particular side that made it to the PSG side. Also, we saw a large amount of players. Let's not forget, UGK also left from the league. There are other players also left from the league to different parts of the country.
And the agents should stop doing it through backdoor. At least the government should be doing something.
Funny how those news were not on the media. Why they were not. They said that the people will not cast. So that it's not cast. So
why
that
would
not
they be? Because and what is the government giving back? Who is giving back to the? Who is building this? The teams are being run by private individuals, for instance. Though even the ones that are being run by club sites, the owners, the managers, they find a way to do it to the answer. And they will not give kickbacks.
So that they will not have to remit anything.
Remit anything. Mario, definitely you understand the league better than me. And you know what the wuru that is going on behind the scene.
You are not amiss with what you are saying. And the thing is this, I've said it over and over again, investors will not invest in zero. And that's just the honest truth. No sensible investor will invest in zero. And that's the reason why a lot of people faulting Dangote, abusing Dangote, I just smile. What has the MPFL done in terms of attracting investors? Zero. A typical example, Dangote is talking about investing in Arsenal, investing in Arsenal just for that. Arsenal has a record of when they started the football club, every player that have played for them and all the goals they have scored, they have the record. Let's come to Nigeria. The record of 30 years in the MPFL.
Are you serious? Even last season, if you ask of the highest assist leader, assist leader for last season, I'm sure they will not have it.
Mario, let me make it more embarrassing. When Ahmed Musa, we're talking about national team now, they were to mark his 100th cap. They were already planning and celebrating towards that match. I can't remember the match now. It was when he played the match and now checked the record and I said, "Oh, that's not the match that made it the 100th." It was so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. They had to take to one research and one media guy who is an OG who started going through all the records and it's a shame.
That's national team. Let's the national team, not the league team.
And you expect them to invest. See, the honest truth is this: we have a whole lot of corporation in Nigeria here that can invest in our league and make our league much more bigger. Why is it that a whole lot of brand they run to the EPL? A whole lot of brand they run to the EPL. A whole lot of brand, a whole lot of businesses they want to be part of the EPL. It's because of the brand the EPL guys have been able to create, and that is lacking in Nigeria. And that's the reason why we have Africa's richest, guy in Nigeria. Yeah, he's a Nigerian. He's from Kano, and he's not even supporting Kano pillars. He rather go and buy Arsenal in Europe. It shows how incompetent our league is being run. And until we are able to do the right thing to be able to attract sponsors, this will continue to happen and we begin to have a lot of brain drain. There is no even record of how transfer is being done in Nigeria. Players go, you just find out that one player is here today, the next minute your Oga don't dey China, Oga na Ukraine are the play now. No record, nothing. The NFL cannot, the MPFL and the NFF, they can't even give us the total record of the number of players that have gone out in the last 6 months. Zero. And we expect Dangote to come. Dangote will never come. Let them put the league in the right space and the right shape, and we have investors rushing in.
All right, and of course, we'll wait and see until that day. Hope we'll live to see the day when things will be done right. All right, let's go back to where things are done right. Talking about England, where the EFL Cup takes center stage tonight. And if our producers will give us the fixtures list, we have Chelsea taking on Barrow. It's not Wheelbarrow, but Barrow FC. And of course, Enzo Maresca has confirmed that Chelsea left back Ben Chilwell is set to return to the squad for the Blues EFL Cup match. And of course, those are the fixtures to look forward to tonight. And Wimbledon takes on Newcastle United. Chelsea will be at home at Stamford Bridge. That's a guarantee over 2.5 for the bookies. And then Manchester City takes on Watford. There's also versus Leicester City, Wycombe Wanderers up against Aston Villa. I smell 3 goals everywhere, except for the game between Warsaw and Leicester City. To be a risky affair.
When you tell them these things, when you tell our viewers this thing and they go and put their money,
is at your own risk. But I'm giving you some bit of guarantees.
Tomorrow, you guys,
for booking aspects.
You know his name. You come for him tomorrow. But it's actually a very beautiful set of match to watch. For the fact that Chilwell is coming back from injury, somebody who has been battling with injury for the past 2-3 seasons. Let's just hope he does not get to rush back to the field and he gets injured again. I think I just pray Maresca will take it easy on him, ease him into the game 10-15 minutes, depending when he gets fit and gets and is good enough. Funny how Chilwell and Luke Shaw gets injured consistently, and both of them represent the 3 Lions of England. I wonder how your 2 best players of the same positions are getting injured at the same period. Well, now that Chilwell is back, I'm sure before the end of the month, you see Luke Shaw also be back. 2 of them used to follow each other. Well, it's good, looking like a good set of match to watch. Let's see how Maresca is going to handle the boys tonight.
And of course, we also hear that Mikhailo Mudryk might also be getting some action. And of course, brother Chile, Benoit Badiashile, Christian Nkunku, Joao Felix, Brisbane Hall. I don't know why he bought Brisbane Hall.
He didn't know that. He didn't know that Todd Boehly will go on a signing spree like this. Let's not forget, Brisbane was like the first set of players they bought immediately came to the team. Brisbane and also Tosin.
And your player Sancho is doing well for Chelsea.
The good thing about this Chelsea side, the good thing about Maresca is he's a no-nonsense coach from the games I've seen. I think the first 2 games of the season, he gave Mudryk the opportunity to prove himself. He didn't do it. He didn't get it right. It was quick to push him to the bench. Now, I think he has not played any game for the past 2-3 games. Now he might get the opportunity tonight again to prove himself. Let's see what he's going to do. And if he does not get it right till the maybe January transfer window or the summer, I'm sure he's going to be kicked out.
All right, so of course, the pick of the bunch for you. Would it be City? Would Madame say City all the way?
Well, definitely, she's right here telling me City will win. Don't say anything against City, Madam. Don't worry, I'm not saying anything against City. I'm not saying anything against City. But in any case, I mean, the EFL is full of surprises. I wouldn't be surprised if probably a Chelsea or an Aston Villa is dumped out. All these, smaller clubs, they have a way of shocking the bigger ones. But in any case, if you look at
the side, have been victorious in the last 3 La Liga matches, while Alaves will enter the contest off the back of an impressive home success over Sevilla. And of course, if our producers will have us with, of course, fetch us the La Liga fixtures tonight, definitely Real Madrid should chop this one in the bag over. I don't know. I don't want to put my money over 2.5. Madrid straight win.
What are you saying? Are you giving me?
I'm safe. Madrid, I'm safe.
What are you giving me? Well, at this point, Real Madrid side, yes, they are not still what we think they expect them to be. They are still trying to get the rhythm and the understanding. But I think it's getting better with the games. As the game keeps on going, I think they are getting better. They are getting to understand themselves more. So I think it's going to be an easy one for the Madrid side. Likes of Mbappe and Vinicius getting the rhythm, getting the goals. And also they have a Rodrigo who turns up for them when they need him the most. I think it's going to be an easy one for them.
All right, taking a look at the fixtures to look forward to. Mallorca takes on Real Sociedad. And of course, we also see, taking a look at Madrid game. And of course, Barcelona, that will be tomorrow, if I'm correct in that one. Of course, Deportivo Alaves, Girona, Vallecano, and of Of course, Girona Vallecano. Girona was a very awesome side last season.
I think they sold some of the players in the likes of Savinho, who is currently at Man City doing well. And I don't think their recruitment was that good. Getting a Donny van der Beek, who has not been consistent, who has not been good enough for. Well, they got him at a cheap fee, but considering the fact that they were playing in the Champions League and they are playing in a large amount of games, I think the recruitment should have been better than what they did. Let's see how they are going to go this season. Let's not forget how they played against PSG in the Champions League. They were able to clear. They were able to pack the balls, but in 90 minutes, mistake cost them the game. But let's see what they're going to do tonight.
All right, of course, Sevilla versus Real Valladolid is also another fixture. We'd like to see Ejuke and Iheanacho doing it for their club side, though not so good result for them in their last outing against Alaves. Talk about Sevilla. Hopefully they'll redeem themselves tonight. Maya, your assessment of the Liga fixtures tonight?
It's very simple. If you want to put your money anywhere, Real Madrid, Alaves is going to be a draw first half. I mean, the last 5 games.
Are you guys giving predictions now? Let me know.
Yes.
No,
We're doing favors for the booking.
Yeah, if you check the stats in the last 5 games, of the season, they've not scored a goal in the first half of any of those games. They're always coming back in the second half. So if you are a betting man, probably do an under 1.5 in the first half, and probably that might probably come for you. However, the performance in the first half has been very horrible for Real Madrid, and they need to change it up. Their last game, I can't really remember, against Espanyol on Saturday.
Yes.
The first half was very terrible. They couldn't really do anything fantastic. Not until Espanyol scored and Ancelotti was very anxious, brought in Vinicius Junior and the rest of that. I don't see the reason why Vinicius should be on the bench for any reason. He came in and changed the game around, giving space for Hendrick to even do something magic. And Mbappe is still yet to convince me in terms of scoring from open play. He has been the penalty chief, and he has not been, the open play chief like we know him. So there's still a jury out on him. So for me personally, I think if Ancelotti has any ambition, probably winning the league, because sometimes if you rely on second half performance, it might end up failing you one day. So I think he needs to do better in the first half. So I won't be surprised if the first half of today's game ends in a scoreless draw, and probably you will see him turn up again in the second half. For the Sevilla game, I'm looking forward to see how Iheanacho will do. The last outing was not that good for him. I'm hoping that he begins to create an impression in that particular team, because the jury is still out on him. He couldn't succeed in Leicester City. That was why he was shipped out to Sevilla. I hope he's able to find his footing and begin to perform wonderfully for Sevilla.
All right, wish them all the best. And of course, time really fast spent. We just have to wrap it up here. And of course, Leandro Trossard said he didn't hear the whistle. What happened? Was it his mind was not there on the pitch?
Well, can you blame him? You are playing a game in a field, or in a stadium of over 50,000, 60,000 capacity, the noise of the fans. And let's not forget, some of the fans come with their own whistle. True. Let's not forget that. So I think, to be honest, the red card is just an harsh call, a very harsh one on Trossard and also on the Arsenal team. And considering the match they were playing at the moment, they're playing a very important match as the Man City Arsenal derby, 2 contenders for the league, and you are giving such a call. I think every person is going to rely on the Trossard side over the referee side, because it was basically 3 or 5 seconds after he gave the card. So let's just see. Trossard has the right to claim that, though.
It is what it is. Myra, that's where we wrap it up on the show today.
I think Trossard is right. He didn't hear the whistle, and the record is harsh. I don't see the reason why. And the inconsistency again annoys me a whole lot. If you will not give Doku a card, why would you give a Trossard the card? It doesn't make any logical sense for me, to be honest with you.
All right. Of course, have a great one tonight.
I'm looking forward to Man City win, so that I can have peace of mind this night. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the EFL games this night. Thank you for having me.
It's a sure win. Don't worry, you don't have to sweat it. All right, James, Osborne, having you as well.
Thank you for having me. We're just going to watch tonight's match and stay for the banter in case one of the team don't perform.
Wow, that would be a shocking one.
It's like Chelsea.
All right. Anyway, big thanks to the guys behind the scene talking about the likes of Alex, not leaving out Shegun, as well as Jeremiah and Ikechukwu. My name is Jerry Apelahar saying thanks for being a part of the show. To meet again, stay safe, and if not, to enter the tour, do it the sports way.